Hey friends, today is September. No, it is not September. It is January. It's January 16th. It's good to be with you on Read Through the Word. Yes, it's January. You know, you have to admit, just go ahead. This story has the makings of, or at least this part of the story, has the makings of a Hallmark movie. It's a happy ending. There are bumps along the way, but we have this moment. And you think this is the moment, and then there's even more moments to come. And I don't want to spoil the story if you haven't read the entire story of Joseph, because it does get better. And this was a kind of a lengthy reading, I believe. Let's see. No, not too bad. There's some days that are a little longer than others, but I love this part. And I'm challenged by it. I was challenged by his compassion yesterday, and I'm challenged by his mercy today. There are so many ways that we can see Jesus foretold through Joseph. Yesterday, we just saw the fact that he was a noticer, and he was compassionate, and he cared about people, and he gave God the glory for everything. And he listened, and he just cared. And then today, we see his mercy. And we know that Jesus demonstrated mercy all the time. He does with us all the time, every day. But his words, they're incredible to me. All this anticipation of this. Honestly, the first time I read the story, I thought, oh, he's going to get them. And I was waiting for them to got. You know, it's the part of the movie where you just want the bad guys to get got. You want them to get theirs. And you just, oh, he's got all this power now. He is going to get them. And he doesn't. And he says these words, he says, don't be upset. And don't be angry with yourselves for selling me to this place. It was God who sent me here ahead of you to preserve your lives. I mean, that's a drop the mic moment if there ever has been one. Don't be upset? Really? You know, we've all probably been hurt by someone before. And I mean, I'm thinking of someone now. And honestly, I don't think I could walk up to that person and say, don't be upset. Maybe I could. I don't know. But here's what we know is that Joseph, without us even seeing it written anywhere in Scripture, found it within God to forgive his brothers. Forgiveness unlocks the door to freedom. And he obviously lived in that freedom, or he wouldn't have said, don't be upset. You know, don't get upset with yourself for selling me here. Forgiveness unlocks the door to freedom. But forgetfulness opens the door. And we have to decide whether or not we're going to go through the door. So it's not only forgiving, but it's forgetting. Just as Christ has done for us, just as God has done for us, we are to do to others. Forgive us this day our debtors as our debts as we forgive our debtors. Joseph obviously had walked through the steps of forgiveness because that door was open, he walked through it, and he was living it. And it's not an easy thing. Forgiveness is not an easy thing. But one of my favorite movies, and don't hold this against me, if don't send me an email and say I can't believe you watched that movie, because there's parts of the movie I'm gonna tell you I know aren't good. But one of Tyler Perry's movies, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Cicely Tyson is the mother of the main character. The main character's husband has been completely cruel to her. And in this intimate moment between mother and daughter, the daughter, Ellen, is just heartbroken. And the mama is trying to talk her through it. And she says, oh, I just can't move on. Can't move on. And she says, you've got to forgive him. Because if you don't forgive him, he keeps the power. Meaning her husband will keep the power over her. He keeps the power. And that's what happens when we don't forgive. And for me, forgiveness is not a one-time deal. It's constantly, when that situation comes back up in my mind, I have to forgive it over and over again until it takes hold. And I know that I've forgiven that person when they walk in the room and I don't twitch. And I don't want to get even, or I don't want any harm to come to them, or I don't want them to get theirs. And that's where we see Joseph. We know he's forgiven them because he's not trying to get back at them, because he could have. He could have had them all killed. And he's not hoping they get theirs. He just says, don't be upset. Don't be upset. And I've listed some verses there just about forgiveness, just about love and living at peace and bearing with one another. And just for your study today, I don't need to read them all. You can do that in your own time. But forgiveness is sometimes a minute by minute, an hour by hour, a day by day, a month by month, year by year process that we have to go through until it takes root. And when it does, there's a freedom. And that freedom allows us to forget. It opens that door, and we can walk right through it and live in freedom. We'll see you tomorrow on Read Through the Word.